Look, man, this is for the many things we never said thank you for.
20 years ago, under the visionary leadership of Lord Smith at Marshall Heights Community Development Organization, the East River Family Collaborative was formed. We met with lots of residents in the community to come up with a plan so that we could, as we're doing now, fulfill the dream in terms of keeping children safe and helping families to be more stable.
Here at East River, we provide a wealth of services to our families through our case management services. Under case management, we work with our families, one, for family support, and two, to help prevent the number of children who enter our child welfare systems.
One of the best aspects of the job that I've enjoyed is our capacity building component. That means we have brought in organizations to work together rather than having them work individually. Years ago, it was very difficult to find organizations to work in Ward 7. Now we have a number of organizations that realize that Ward 7 is a place where they can work together to improve the lives of the families and children that we serve.
A couple of buddies of mine that we grew up around here. I had lived around here with my aunt, and the neighborhood was, it was in a chaos. No kids could come outside and play. You had really ongoing, like a real war. I received a phone call from the director of DC Housing Authority by the name, the lady was named Miss Adrian Topman. She called me, told me come down to have a meet. She have some information and some people she wanted me to sit down with. I go, as I entered, I meet two young women, one by the name of Miss May Best and the other one was Tish Atkins. And we sat down and Ms. Topman spoke about them being a physical agent for us, which is, I run Ben and Sir's Community Empowerment Initiative, which stands for BTCEI. Our sports program is Ben and Sir's Soldiers Football Team. That's what we use the football and the sports to bring the kids through. And once we sat down, I was a little tense because I didn't think that it was going to be a sincere relationship. After a few weeks, things looked different to me. The communication aspect was up. I constantly got calls. Tish Atkins, she would call me, she would say, we need to do this, let's get this done, let me show you how to do this. And it wasn't more so, I'm gonna give y'all this and then that's it. They were showing me the ropes and they stuck by me. Like if I had any questions or any concerns, she'd tell me I could text or email her. And when I do it, she'd respond right back, taking care of the problem like it wasn't enough.
Over the years, East River has grown from a direct services agency to becoming more of a hybrid agency. That means we provide services as well as becoming known as a community hub. And a community hub means that we are an organization that brings together resources to help meet the needs of the families in Ward 7. We also provide capacity building, technical assistance, information, and referral. And over the 20 years that we've been in existence, we have touched on the lives of over 30,000 community residents.
From 2002 to 2007, the Annie Casey Foundation awarded East River a grant to do tax preparation services. In doing so, it helped our clients bring in more than $800,000 earned income tax.
We have been able to reduce the number of children in foster care across the city, and particularly in Ward 7. We have been able to co-locate staff from the Child and Family Services Agency, the Department of Behavioral Health, and the Department of Aging over the last few years.
Well, I first started in DC General I basically declared me and my son homeless because I just got tired of just living from place to place. So I, took it upon myself to just get up and go do what I need to do. And my first thing I had to do was declare homelessness and put me and my son into a shelter. The living conditions was bad. I mean, like, we had to share bathrooms and use the same showers as people, and everybody is not as clean as the next. So it was kind of hard doing that. It was a lot just to even get off that B2 bus and even get off right there, knowing that you better than what situation you in. So I'm sorry. It's my baby. He's one of the strongest little kids. Like, we have been through so much, and he just been there for me through whatever. And that's my motivation, is to better us, so we can be in a better situation, in a better predicament, so I could be able to provide for us financially. I never forget the day I was sitting inside of my room inside DC General, and a letter slid under my door. And I picked the letter up, and I looked at the letter, and it told me who I needed to see and what organization I was going to be with. This was like my third letter already so I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, oh, this is the same old thing. When I walked in, I seen Miss Antoinette Thorne, and she was like a breath of fresh air. Like, her whole face was just positive, like she was trying to get me out of it. And the first thing she said was, we about to get you out of here. We about to look for you a place, and you about to sign your papers, and you about to be out of here in some days. And from that point on, I knew that it couldn't go nothing but up from there. When I went to East River, I met Mr. George. Mr. George showed me around. I know like 3 different apartments, and I was like, no, I don't, So he showed me this one. I was like, yeah, I could do this, and he never like got upset because I was being picky or none of that. He did his job. He found me what I wanted, and everything went up from there. My case management, like I said, I love my case management to death, and I'll do anything. They ask me to jump, I say how high, because I already know, like, they have put in work for me, so giving that back to them is nothing.
East River has provided a variety of services over the years to youth, families, and children in Ward 7 with the idea that we would be preventing these families from entering in the child welfare system. And working with the fathers, when the program came to us from the Collaborative Council in 2007, we were able to work with a lot of the older fathers who were absent from their families and from their children, and who were not connected at all with the mother of the children. More recently, the program evolved where it became a program where we were recruiting young fathers. And these fathers were very interested in trying to establish themselves as young fathers and not to be given the stereotype of being the absent dad. And so with these fathers, they came into the program working with Darren Newbern and Tony Duggar. And these guys were just phenomenal in terms of building their lives around their families and finding employment and being more involved in their children's lives and being the fathers that they always knew that they could be.
In this program, man, they taught me a lot about alternatives to dealing with everyday struggles in a relationship, like with my fiance as well as with my kids. They taught me about how a little bit of financial development and also another way of just thinking about things on the day-to-day. Like, Darren was great. Like, he was there when I needed him. They would come to me outside of the program if I called, like, to handle disputes, or if there was something going on where I felt overwhelmed, I could always pick up the phone and call these guys. This program is the best. I recommend it to anybody.
Over the last 3 years, East River has worked on a truancy reduction initiative in partnership with the District of Columbia Public Schools. We have worked directly with 11 schools in the Ward 7 community, working directly with parents in an effort to help them understand that whenever their children have been declared truant by the schools, that they must provide legitimate documentation for their children's absences. Overall, there has been a reduction in truancy across the District of Columbia, and we attribute part of that reduction to the work that we've done here in Ward 7.
Teen pregnancy rates, and we're going to discuss it, is at an all-time high in communities east of the river.
Yep.
We know that we've done a lot to combat pregnancy rates, and our team's going to tell us a little bit about that, but we still have a lot of work to do east of the river. You hit it right on the head. Teens are having sex, and they're having sex for a lot of reasons, and everybody in here touched on it. Either out of loneliness, either out of the violence that occurring. Sex is a way to medicate, is a way for us to escape, and that's what's going on around in our communities, and we need to be proactive to do something about it. Well, we have a group here that we work with on a roughly a daily basis. This group represents Starter Terrace for DuPont youth, but we also have a group of youth in Benning Terrace as well. We want a little engaging part right now. Young folks or folks that have questions, we're going to open it up right now. How could you serve us, or how could we as adults better serve you and preventing not only teen pregnancy, but there's youth violence. All this goes together. And substance use. Kids don't come in silos with just one piece here, one piece there. It kind of all fits in together. So we're going to have a little bit of dialogue back and forth. So please ask your questions. The youth are here, and we have some other youth in the audience. Please feel free to answer. What could y'all do to help us serve you better?
Listen to us.
Oh,
I got a question. So, in listening to you, what does that look like?
Me personally, I feel like, to me, I only got my mom. I talked to my father once in the blue moon because he never wanted to talk to us. But like me, I go to my mom for everything. And like when I say I want to talk to her, she's like, she on her phone, so I know she not listening to me. Like when I'm talking to you, I want you to get off your phone and open your heart up to me and tell you how I feel. Because if I'm telling you how I feel, you should tell me how you feel. I don't want you to be my friend. I want you to be my mother. I don't want you to say, oh, well, I'm going to talk to you like you my friend. No, talk to me as a mother. Yeah, so yeah, we could joke around and play like you one of my friends on the streets, but at the end of the day, I'm 17 years old. You're my mother. You're supposed to teach me and guide me so I can be able to follow your footsteps and not just go out and try to do and make the wrong decisions for me and my child. I should want to follow you and you teach me and send me down the right path instead of me following my friends in the street because that's what they do.
I love you.
To respond to the high rates of teen pregnancy in communities east of the river, we thought it would be necessary to institute a teen pregnancy prevention program. And this program would be a positive youth development program that encompasses teen pregnancy prevention inside of it. It was great that East River wanted to partner or said, hey, we could take up that cause. You know, if that didn't happen, the community would have a tremendous void. So East River is really filling a void in the community when it comes to reproductive health issues, reproductive health education, and medically accurate services for teens around sex and sexuality.
East River has a great concern for the entire family, not just babies, but seniors as well. To that end, in 2009, East River formed the Division for Senior Services, which is made up of 3 programs that are funded by the Office on Aging. The ADRC Lead Agency program, which is the largest of the 3, the Washington Senior Wellness Center, and the Citywide Weekend Nutrition Program. With these 3 grants, East River currently is able to provide services to approximately 2,800 seniors annually. This is a considerable increase from previous years. The lead agency provides about 11 services, in-home and community-based services. A number of them include heavy house cleaning, home-delivered meals weekday, weekend, case management, comprehensive assessment, counseling, nutrition education, and nutrition counseling. We also manage 4 congregate meal sites where we provide nutrition education and recreational social activities. The Washington Senior Wellness Center focuses on wellness for seniors. We provide fitness classes, we provide health education, promotion, a variety of trips, those things that seniors need to be well, healthy, and fit.
We've not only impacted the lives of residents, we've also impacted the lives of staff. We have always wanted to hire staff from the community. We have felt that it was our goal to hire residents and train residents so that they can become more marketable. We have hired over the last 20 years at least 116 district residents, with 52 of those being Ward 7 residents. We're very excited about that. Our families and the residents have not only remained at East River, they've gone on to do bigger and better things. Some of our residents have gone on to graduate school to better their skills. One resident who was a staff person who came in as a family support worker is now a supervisor, and another serves as our director of finance and operations. And yet another is now working on the staff of Senator Cory Booker.
East River Family Strengthening Collaborative is phenomenal. They do great work in our community. They are the foundation. They assist so many, they empower so many, and I would like to wish them a happy 20th anniversary.
We want to thank the partnership of the East River Collaborative and being one of our community-based hubs, which provides support to families and children who really need those services. They have agreed and stepped up to expand their continuum services to include intensive family preservation such as Home Builders and Project Connect. And those are longer term services for families who've had a history of some significant problems such as substance abuse, mental health, and some other things that really take some time. And while child welfare is a short-term intervention, community really are there for the long period to support children and families. And so we appreciate their work around that. In addition to Home Builders and Project Connect, and those intensive family preservations, they've added to their continuum services additional support from the community organizations, small community organizations such as tutoring and mentoring, expanding some wraparound programs, doing some additional and innovative parenting programs. And so with that, they have to help groom other small-based agencies because the hubs themselves can't do everything. And so as a result of that, they've been able to do some real phenomenal work in Benning Terrace around wraparound for young parents and children. They've done some real good things with parenting education programs, not only providing the education, but also supporting parents in recreational activities so they can actually test out their parenting skills with their children.
We have an outstanding board that is deeply committed to the work that is being done in Ward 7, and it's been a pleasure serving as chair of the East River Family Strengthening Collaborative Board, even as we look to establish a capital campaign that will allow us to raise the funds needed to own our own building, even as we look at the rapid growth and expansion that's taken place throughout the District of Columbia, and in particular here in Ward 7. So we are very excited about all that the future holds for East River Family Strengthening Collaborative, even as we look to remain in Ward 7 for the next 20 years and beyond.